I'm making stuffed spinach stuffed chicken. And mashed potato. I just gotta get the chicken clean. Mm-hmm. Everybody want to eat no dirty chicken. All right, so right now I'm just gonna cut off the excess fat on the edges and the back. And I'll keep like these little bits and grill them with the chicken. And then on this side, you'll have like a little gristle. So I like to cut that off too because it's just hard. It doesn't taste that good. Like anything. All right. So I'm going to be seasoning with pink Himalayan sea salt and this roasted garlic and herb, dash garlic and herb, and a little bit of this blackening seasoning like that from a local shop. Right, so I only got a little bit of this left, so I'm going to use probably almost all of it. Okay. Be a little generous with the salt because some of these seasonings don't. Like this one, salt free. That one just has a little salt. But this just gives it a little different flavor besides salt and pepper and something else besides, the traditional seasonings that you see being used. And then a little bit of this. Give it some color. And then I'll put a little bit of olive oil on it. So when I grill it and saute it on each side to get a little browning, it'll get a little crispy. And I'm just gonna mesh this all together. And once I mix it in all together, if I notice that I need more seasoning, then I'll season it again. Yeah, you just want front and back to kind of. I'm just gonna add your Philadelphia cream cheese. Since I'm making so many of them, like 11 pieces, I'm adding 2. This is like double. If you're not making that many, if you're just making like 4 or 5 pieces of stuffed chicken, just use 1. I'm gonna add. This is chopped spinach. I add some finely shredded Parmesan. Just 2 handfuls there. And we'll add more later if we need. This is going to be mozzarella. All right. And then we're going to do a dash of garlic paste. Some Italian seasoning for flavor. I'm just a little generous with it because I know, seasons just fade. Little red pepper. Not too generous with the red pepper because you, unless you like it spicy, but just enough so you can see it. And then I chopped up some. These are some tomatoes, sun-dried tomatoes. And I'm just gonna pour some of the olive oil that they're in inside of the mix. Also just gonna season it with that little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Alright, so I'm gonna use my spatula here and just fold it. Fold and smash. It's looking real colorful. Looks good. So we have a little olive oil, and then I'm just gonna use like a teaspoon of butter. And so we'll cook this chicken breast, maybe for like 2 minutes on each side, just to get it some color and kind of crispy. And then we'll put it in the pan and put everything in the oven. I'll let them know when I put it in. I'm just gonna check it to make sure it's not sticking. And I'm gonna keep it at 7. Just gonna move it around because this pan does tend to stick a little bit. And I don't want my seasoning to get too stuck to the pan. All right. All right. So I'm gonna start by making like a U-shaped cut. The breasts are like they're not even half done, but they're almost they're just like charred on each side. I'm just gonna make like a U or half a circle. This is gonna be our pocket for our stuffing. And so I'm going from the top, digging in a little bit, but not too deep because you don't want to hit the bottom. All right. All right. So just gonna take like a scoop like this and just pack it in a little bit more. Okay. You should focus it. Like tap on it to make it focus. All right, so I'm baking it on a high heat of 400, and we're just probably gonna bake it for 20 minutes. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, look at this. It's done. Looks juicy and crispy. Y'all tell me what you think in the comments. This is the stuffed chicken breast.